Oh, hey there, sweetheart. You're awake. I'm sorry I wasn't there when you woke up. I wanted to get some errands and shopping done while you were sleeping. Get stuff like that out of the way so you wouldn't have to think about it. And so I could just focus on you. Have you been awake for long? Did you sleep okay? If there's one silver lining to crying at night, it's that the sleep after tends to be a deep and dreamless. That's good. I'm glad you're well rested. You really need it and deserve it. You've had a hard few days. Oh, baby. That must have really hurt. Forgetting what happened to our little guy and remembering as you woke up. I thought it might have been something like that when I saw you standing and looking down at all their stuff. I'm sorry, sweetheart. It won't be like this forever. I'll be here. We'll be here together until remembering isn't as hard. Eventually, hopefully sooner rather than later, and then there might be the odd day where it is bad again. But those come less and less. I wish I could, but I can't say it won't always hurt a little. That we won't always miss that little beast. That's the worst part of having a pet and loving them. Like that one Marvel show said, grief is just love preserving. And we love that little guy so much. No more than you. Would it help if we maybe donate some of these supplies and food? Give it to another pet in the family who would get joy from that. If that would feel right to you, I can make that happen. Hey, no. I didn't say that. And neither did the vet. No one's saying you've got to get over this and get over it fast. You feel how you feel at the pace you feel it. There's nothing childish or weird about how you're feeling. The fact we lost a pet doesn't change the fact we lost a member of our family. That you lost a creature you practically raised. A living being that has been by your side for so long. Did someone say something to you to make you think that? Good, because I kicked their ass. You don't have to throw out anything, or get a new pet, or move on. You just have to do what feels right, okay? Just be you. Let me take care of you, and we'll get through this together. It won't feel this bad forever. I promise. I am. Have I ever told you about my pet ferret when I was a kid? Yeah, my little scarf brownie. She was brown, I was 6. What else was I going to name her? Anyway, she was my best friend. I liked to put her around my neck, on my head, in my pockets, if they were big enough. I dressed up as a Pokemon trainer for every Halloween I had her. I'm sure I have pictures of that somewhere. Wherever I went, Brownie went. I even tried to bring her to school one time, but my mom sniffed her out, literally. Even after you get them treated, ferrets really stink up a storm. Have I really not told you about her? Oh, she was the best. She found me, you know. Wild ferrets aren't really a thing anymore, but I was at a park when my mom and my friends, and this little critter just popped out of the bushes and into my lap. Oh, she was the best. She found me, you know. Wild ferrets aren't really a thing anymore. But I was at a park with my mom and my friends, and this little critter just popped out of the bushes and went into my lap. Me, out of all the other kids, she just got up under my shirt and snuggled against me. Cutest thing in the world. Mom freaked out, of course, because of rabies. But the other kids were so jealous and I was having a great time. There was no separating us after that. The vet gave her a clean bill of health. We got her distinct, and she slept in my bed until the day she died. Some sort of organ failure, I'm afraid. Nothing too terrible or unexpected. We didn't get her as a baby, and she was with us for 5 years, so she was getting along in ferret time. When Brownie couldn't go on anymore, when it was her time to go, she curled up on my pillow and just didn't wake up. She just kept sleeping. I still am. I was inconsolable when I woke up, and for weeks after that, that was my first real experience with loss and grief. And you personally know that experience wasn't less sad or less valid because it was for an animal. Oh, God, it hurts so much. I cried for hours. Dad let me miss school because there was no way I was putting on my shoes and leaving to learn about atoms that day. I couldn't do anything but lay there and cry and let my parents hold me. I couldn't look at her or her little toys or the little bed she never used. It hurts too much. Then eventually, it didn't hurt as much. I spent some quality time with my parents and my cousins, who were invited to come over after school and cheer me up. We had my favorite foods for dinner and my favorite dessert. I got a really, really good night's sleep after all the crying. And when I woke up, I felt better. Not great, not necessarily good, but better. Which is not to say I expect you to feel better after one night or right away. I was 11. The timeline of my grief isn't going to be a one-to-one match to yours, but I did feel better eventually. It helped when we got to bury her, when I was encouraged to express how I was feeling and to cry if I needed to. Time helped. It got to the point where I could look at pictures of Brownie, of her favorite blankets, and it wouldn't hurt as much. Where I can see her and other ferrets and smile. Until then, it hurt. Until then, it's going to hurt. But that's okay. It'll get better. I promise. I swear on Brownie and her stinky face. Rest her soul. Speaking of feeling better, I got you something while I was out. A little present of sorts. Ryan, who sent a condolence, by the way, and told me to tell you to shoot them a text if you need anything else. You know Ryan and the 3D printer? I had to make you this. It's our little guy. Really little, actually. Ryan said the bigger we scale a figure like this, the less likely it'll turn out right in proportion. So now we have a little palm-sized version of our pet to remember them by. I thought it might help to be able to hold and move them in a way. Something to look at more tangible than a picture, you know? So I texted Ryan the other day and have been working on this, and I picked it up just now before I went grocery shopping. So there are 2 reasons for that. One, it's apparently pretty hard to 3D print a figure without a base to stand on, so we had to put something. 2, when I thought about it, a little segment of rainbow seems fitting. The imagery and the story of crossing the rainbow bridge to the other side might be comforting. The imagery of it and the story of crossing the rainbow bridge to the other side might be comforting. And I thought it might be nice to look at it and think of our silly little dude going somewhere else for now instead of being gone. Do you like it? It's okay if you don't. I promise. I had it made for you to give you something to hold on to. to help you feel better. So if it doesn't do that, you don't have to keep it or look it right now. I'm glad you like it. It's no substitute, of course, because nothing could ever replace them in our hearts. But it'll be nice to have until we can meet again. You're welcome, sweetheart. Anything for you. Speaking of, I'm going to put away those groceries before the ice cream melts. And then I think I'll make us some brunch. I'll leave you to your thoughts and come get you when it's ready. We could have ice cream at the brunch, maybe. Ah, who am I kidding? We're in morning. You want waffles to go with that?